A time comes in a person's life when they become an easy target for a narcissist, the most vulnerable to end up in a relationship with them. And if you're not cautious enough, you can end up with a predator who can feed on your weaknesses, may fake to offer support, but then end up taking advantage of you. What time am I talking about? Let's find out in today's episode. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today's episode is all about learning what mistakes not to make during your most vulnerable times to not end up with a narcissist. If that is interesting enough and you're eager to learn more, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, or if you are new to the channel, because your subscription helps spread awareness about narcissistic abuse. One thing should be very clear by now. Narcissists are predators by nature. They need supply. They need loads of it. So they'll do anything. They'll take advantage of anyone. They'll walk over anybody's body when it comes to acquiring their supply. It is their high. It is what drives their nature and behavior. So they can't help being a narcissist. It is in their blood. It's in their genes. It's in their personality. These cowards attack you when you are at your lowest, at the weakest point in your life, when you're facing a tough time, when you are experiencing or have experienced a big tragedy. Let's say your parent has passed away, or someone who was really close to you is no more in this world, and you need that support. Or you have experienced a horrible divorce or a breakup with a narcissist, and you are starving for that love, compassion, care, kindness, just someone to be there for you, to listen, to validate your experiences. That is when this predatory narcissist, psychopathic narcissist appears and shape shifts, becomes the person who fakes to fulfill all those needs and offers that support to make an entry into your life. They take advantage of your heightened emotions, your sadness, your grief, your anger, whatever it is that you're feeling, or whatever it is that you have been deprived of, and make it seem like they are a different person, or they are the person who can truly be there for you, who can be a part of this healing process, this grieving process that you're going through. They listen. They probably cry with you. They listen to the same music and they seem to share emotions, and it feels quite visceral. That is why you're not a fool, because it feels so real. It feels so natural. It feels so smooth. It truly feels. They are present. They are there with you. That is how master of a manipulator they are. That's how much they know how to feign these emotional responses. Once you fall for their facade, you find yourself going through the same process of devaluation. What was supposed to be the source of maximum support now becomes the source of extreme abuse, extreme abandonment and neglect. And that shocks you even further. There is trauma that you were already struggling with because of the tragedy, because of the passing away of your loved one, or that divorce or that breakup, and now there is re-traumatization which happens because of this new narcissist presence. This is why you should never get into a romantic relationship or any kind of relationship that requires you to be vulnerable or heavily depend on them, especially during these times. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't seek therapeutic professional support. That is completely different. You know what I'm talking about. You should not navigate this dating pool, this pool filled with sharks, especially during the time when your judgment is clouded by your emotions, and for right reasons. You should give yourself all the time, space, and resources needed to overcome what you're going through, and after that, you can think of stepping into a relationship. I can't tell you how many people I get to talk to who have ended in another narcissistic relationship just after leaving one, or those people whose loved one recently passed away, and then this person appeared in their life and they seemed to be the source of support they were looking for. This person was present, was crying with them, was doing everything you would expect a nice, kind person to do. But all of that ended up into being a facade, and this person, the victim, found themselves in a terrible, horrible narcissistic relationship, which then worsened their pain, extended their grieving process, and gave them a lifetime of trauma to deal with. For these very reasons, dating right after leaving the narcissist is never a good idea. You're still carrying a lot of betrayal trauma, a lot of unhealed wounds, and your executive functioning is not back online. You need to heal first. I have seen many survivors who feel resentful and angry towards themselves and the narcissist. They say things like, well, why do I get to be sad? Why do I need to grieve all of this? The narcissist has moved on with their new supply. Why can't I do so? You can't do so because you have an intact emotional self. You were truly in a relationship. For you, it was real, so you need to grieve it. For the narcissist, it was a temporary thing. Those people who end up making this mistake find themselves in worse situations. Have you been through something like this as well? Did you end up with another narcissist right after leaving one? Did a narcissist take advantage of your vulnerabilities? Let's say you were going through a painful period in your life and you found someone and they ended up being a narcissist. If yes, drop your experiences in the comments below and help other survivors feel less alone in their healing journey. Remember, dating right after leaving a narcissist or dating during a vulnerable time in your life is like bleeding next to a shark. You know what sharks do when they find a weak prey that is still alive. They can still hunt down. You need to heal first. You need to go through that period. Those people who genuinely want to offer support will do so without taking advantage of your emotional rawness. New people, especially, who tend to become closer than they should be at this point or in the beginning of, call it a relationship or a situation, whatever you may want to see it as, that is a red flag. This new person doesn't even fully know you yet, but seems to be all into your pain, seems to be a part of it. Well, I understand there are empathetic people out there, but predatory people, narcissistic people are the ones who usually make it quite faster and just make it their own pain without even properly giving it time, without properly connecting with you. And you need to listen to your intuition. If your intuition tells you it's fake, it doesn't seem to come from a genuine place, go with it, not with what they are trying to show you, because they are master manipulators. They know how to wear different masks. They know how to put on different facades. So your best bet is to stay in touch with your inner knowing and let it lead you. That way you can protect yourself, especially when your judgment is clouded by all those heavy emotions. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for staying with me. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.